Welcome to the preview for Vigilantes Early Access. The game is developed and published by Timesleep Softworks, and this preview was made by a key provided by them. I also have been following this game since the early alpha versions because it always looked interesting and promising to me. You are Sam Condino. You are an idealist dragged down the rabbit hole of vigilantism, and you embark on a personal crusade against crime in Riker City, as per the game's description. Various gangs and religious cults seem to rule the city, and the cops can't seem to handle it all. As you go through the game, you will enlist allies to your cause, growing your party trying to bring order to the chaos. Some people you meet may be contacts, like the doctor that can patch you up, or Kuda, which will supply you with weapons and other equipment. Others will take a more direct role, fighting alongside you, like Elena Fury. Let's see how the game plays. Before combat begins, you can reposition your team if you pass a bypass skill check. Depending on your skill, if successful, you can move them around and put them in an advantageous position. You can rotate the camera with Q and E, or zoom in and out. There are 3 camera modes. Off, which gives player full control. On, the computer will take control of the camera during enemy actions. And focus, which will focus on your character at the start of each turn. You can also click on the character portraits or enemies at the top of the screen to be taken to them. Currently, camera usage was mostly fine, with some bugginess if it was controlled by the computer. Each character has a specific number of action points, depending on your stats. Different actions, weapons or tools take a different amount of action points for them to be used. The game makes it easy for you to plan your actions by letting you know with different colors what each action will cost. You can also move and act. Depending on the action you have selected, if you move to a blue tile, that means you have enough action points to perform that action. If you move to an orange one, you won't have enough, so keep that in mind. On the bottom left of the screen, you will find your current weapon. Pressing on the icon will switch between the weapons you are holding or any items you have. You can also pick special actions like single bullets or full automatic, depending on the weapon of course. You can do this also by left clicking on an enemy. You can also crouch or overwatch. The game lets you pick if you want to kill an enemy and do more damage or pacify them. Killing people will affect your reputation, which in turn affects various encounters and the ending you are going to get. Holding left shift will let you aim at a specific body part, either increasing the damage you do or inflicting specific status effects at the cost of your accuracy. Both the enemies and you will get wounded. The more hurt you get, the less efficient you will be at fighting. The combat feels pretty satisfying, mostly due to the animations, which makes the hits you give and take impactful. After the combat sequence finishes, the game will automatically loot everything the enemies drop and search through the area for other loot, using the highest surveillance skill your party has. You then use your bypass skill to loot items in cars, storm drains, or wherever else you might find them. There are quite a few maps in the game, so there is a lot of diversity in environments, and they look really good, lighting especially. Finishing the combat, you proceed to your home base screen. Here you can view and level up your characters, check your inventory, sleep, which will restore your maximum hit points, and the medical aid screen, where you can heal your injuries. After a couple of missions, you get access to more things, like a shop, or facilities you can upgrade to get certain bonuses like a gym, a library, a workshop, firing range and a surgery. Later on you will unlock the gang intel screen, where you can see all the information you have about the various gangs, like underbosses and bosses. There is also the project screen, where you can upgrade your bullets or make armor and other things. One of the more important screens is the cityscape screen. Here is where you can search for intel on gangs, plan where to attack and who, or search for other allies you can find. Skills level up the more you use them. Core stats, you spend points when you level up. There are also perks you can get every few levels. Everything from firing faster, being more accurate, to more crazy things like catching thrown grenades, Shadowrun style, and defusing and keeping them. The noir setting and the writing both stand out, and they add to the overall immersion of the game. The voice acting is mostly pretty good as well. Bugs wise, this is an early access build after all, I found a couple. The tutorials on your base screen keep popping up even after you close them. You can bypass that by simply disabling the tutorials from the options screen. As I said earlier, there is also some non-smooth camera action if you let the computer control it, but that can also be disabled by assuming full control on the camera use. The game is offered at €12 or dollars, which will certainly help with price-conscious gamers, and seems like a pretty good price for this game. In conclusion, Vigilantes is a strategy game with a modern noir setting and a satisfying combat gameplay. The game looks pretty good, especially considering Timesleep Softworks is an indie game studio consisting of 2 people that did most of the work, apart from the excellent music and the voice acting.